Hey, Noelle from Prewitt Homestead. I wanted to just have you come in the kitchen with us today and see what we were doing. A few months ago, we ran into some recipes for apple cider vinegar, and so we decided to try to make it ourselves. And that's what we're doing. It's been 4 weeks steeping with the apples, the cores, and the peels, and now we're straining it for another 4 weeks to just sit and ferment. So we have already emptied a few jars and a 5-gallon bucket into this pot. So now I'm just emptying the few of the last jars and we'll see what happens. There's a lot of liquid, so we're just going to strain that and let it drain for a few minutes. I wish there was smell-o-vision in this camera because it's vinegary. So for those of you that don't know how to make apple cider vinegar, we didn't either, but we found a really good recipe. Basically, we cored some apples, got the peels, and put them in a jar with water and sugar. We use these canning weights to hold down the apples underneath the liquid because anything that's above the liquid could get moldy, and we don't want to have that happen. So we put them in the jars. We cover them with coffee filters. Throw them in the dark closet for 4 weeks. You can shake them up a little bit without making them spill. After that 4 weeks, this is where we are. We are draining them, getting them all the apples out of it, and we'll put it back in the jars in the closet for 4 more weeks.
I have been in the house working on salsa all day. It's a beautiful Saturday. It's like December the 12th, I think. And the temperature is like 80 degrees today. I heard a lady yesterday say it's dangerous warm. And she was in Alabama. And last night there were tornadoes in western Kentucky. I have family in Kentucky. They're actually in the middle part of the state. I spoke with my aunt this morning. They're all fine. But what she said was there's some pretty hefty damage out there, and there's a very good likelihood some people are really experiencing some tragic loss. So we're praying for those people. But I needed to get out of the house a little bit. Enjoy a little bit of fresh air. Thistles are extremely invasive in the southeast. Well, I guess really all over America. And you can't just chop them up. You have to get the roots, or they will spread like wildfire. As a kid, I remember my grandfather talking about thistle in Kentucky and how it had become so invasive. And now this was in late 70s and 80s, early 80s, when he was talking about it. And he said that in the cattle farms, it became so invasive that it really hurt the cattle farmers because the thistles would make the cow's feet hurt. That's what my grandfather said. It's also plantain season, so I'm going to walk around the yard a little and we're going to harvest some plantain. Plantain loves cool weather, and it will grow throughout winter, through spring, and it really only dies back in the real heat of summer. Here's some plantain right here. When you harvest a plantain, take the larger outside leaves and leave the crown so it could continue growing. This actually has seed pods. And you can collect those seed pods And you can cultivate plantain. That's a nice harvest. We will dry that plantain and infuse it in oil, and then we will make a salve from that. It's great for bug bites and bee stings and anything that itches. Something else I'm going to harvest today is some dandelion root. One of our daughters, it's got a bug and headache, sore throat, the whole 9 yards. And dandelion root to make dandelion tea is exactly what she needs. So we'll harvest the root right there. We don't need a lot, just some. Chickens enjoy plantain as well. So if you have an abundance, don't be afraid to give it to them. I see a couple of really nice plants of plantain right over here. That's a really nice plantain. I'm going to shift these chickens just a little bit and give them some extra space over here. There's some green material that I'd like to encourage them to kind of eat. I've got some plantain over there I'm going to pick before I give them that space. But yeah, I want them to eat that vegetation beside that fence. We sure appreciate y'all taking part of your day to spend with us here at Prewitt Homestead. Y'all take care. God bless.